Welcome to the podcast. We're here on Mike Beauty Incorporated, and we have Young Memories series affiliated with Snake God Records. Shouts out to them. What they have going on, he's bringing the underground sound. He is doing that cloud rap, horrorcore, funk, whatever you want to call it. He's doing that underground sound, and thank you for coming on the show, man. What songs could you say you've been working on lately?
So, for the songs I've been working on lately, I have recently dropped a new song with Winterland, where it was called "End of the Chapter." I self-produced the beat. I also self-mixed the vocals between the feature and my self vocals. And personally, I thought it sounded pretty good. And I mm, also released another song called "Stand the Rain," which is also self-produced and self-mixed. And lastly, I think there was another song I can't remember though, but I know those are the two songs I just released.
Yeah, and I really like the first song that you mentioned. It had like what kind of emotions went into that song? What could you say about that one?
Which one? When the end of the chapter, right?
Yeah, end of the chapter. Yeah.
Mm. See, when I made the song, this takes back when I was going through Arizona. So I want to make something I could think on the road. And when I was thinking on the road, this song I put a lot of emotion because like a lot of stuff happened through my life, which is being either struggling with money, struggling with like relationships. I recently had a deal with my ex not too long ago. Um, that's why I released the song on March 18th, which is that's the day where I first got with my ex. Um, it was like before we started like fighting and etc. So what I was heading for the song, I really want to make the most ambient beat you can ever think of, and just make like the drums more of a lo-fi clash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's kind of like have that ambient, spacey feel to it.
Yes, sir. And that's what I really initially thought. See, for the background of the song, I was gonna do the first verse, but in my mind, I was just like, I could sound better for the second verse. So I asked my friend Winterland, which she's part of the group, the SGR group, and she said, she would be down to hop on the song, and I was like, bet. And not too, I think like maybe like I would say like a week or 3 days later, she sent me the open, and I mixed the song, and I made her vocals sound so ambient. Like if you ever listen to like a Chris Travis song, you hear the vocals background like so ambient. That's what I really want to make Winterland vocals
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, he does do that a lot. I like what he does with that.
a lot, right? And that's what I really want to do for the song. And when I did that, I thought it sounded pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely gave it that kind of cloud rap feel. How did you get involved with Snake God Records? How did that happen?
Okay, how do I get involved? So back in 2018, this is when I was 13. I was in another group called. I was in two groups. One of them I made, and one of them I was in another group. So I'll tell you the first one I made. I was in a group um, called Xanax Gang Records, and it consisted of like four artists, which is me, Lil Rosalie, and Jay Diamond. And since the group had went off, I decided to go my other ways to this other group with an artist named Diamis. This is a different part now. Like this is a different group now. This different group was called VS7, and this group had like 7 members. I kept like I remember like maybe like two, three, but all their songs are on my archive, like my archive account. You can listen to our first group project. So the first artist I was making songs with was DMS, which is I can spell that out in the chat. I can spell DMS in the chat.
Yeah, of course.
And he was one of the first people I actually collabed in that group. And we made like at least 3 tracks together. But then after that, we made a whole group project with all 7 of us, which we all put one song, like our one solo song together. We pretty much call it a day. But after that, that group died down, and that made me want to think, well, I thought about rebranding Xanax Game Records. So in late 2018, around September or November, I changed it to Snake God Records, which I am the curator of Snake God Records. And what is crazy about Snake God Records was I added more people into it. I added Diames, Lil Rose, and I added more people.
Casper the Unfriendly, right?
Um, what you said?
You had a Casper the Unfriendly, right?
Yeah, Casper didn't join till 2021.
Shouts out to him.
This is yeah. I had Casper back in 2021. This is like because there's a bunch of different eras for Snake Oil Records because it's such since it's such an old group. So we've been changing members left and right, left and right. So the 2018 era was the beginning, and then we started changing members to 2018, 19, 20, and then 2021. I'll tell you the most interesting one with 2021. We added a lot of people. We had so in 2021 we added Young Woods, which is you know who Young Woods is, right?
No.
Young Woods, no? He he's in a group called Southside Slick. This is when he's now he's in Southside Slick, but he was in Snake Oil Records at one point with me, Casper, Ghost Boy, Nosa, um, Exorcist, Society, and then the list goes down. You know? What happened was we started changing again, 2021, to just a 2, 3 members because like the drama.
Yeah, that happens in groups,
Oh yeah, it happens a lot. It was just a bunch of drama, and it was just down. It was just down to 4 members, which is Casper, PRT Vaughn, Horned Rabbit, and then 4K, and including me.
Yeah. It seems like you guys have all like gone through a lot, but at the end of the day, you've been putting out like a lot of good music for a long time, and also you have a good like catalog of artists and stuff like that. Do you
Yes.
guys have any like work coming together as a group, either singles or just collabs or anything? What could you say you have planned when it comes to Snake God Records?
So I do. Me and Horned Rabbit actually do have something planned. We have a collab album. It's gonna be called this collab album is gonna be called Shadow Blade 3. We released Shadow Blade 1 back in 2021, Shadow Blade 2 in 2022, and Shadow Blade 3 is gonna be coming up soon. We're gonna be working on it this month, I believe, which he told me. We're gonna be I'm gonna be self-producing for the beats, and then he's gonna produce it, and then we're gonna have Winterland, Casper. We're gonna have a lot of members on it, pretty much. That's like one of the big things for Snake Oil Records at this moment. And then I was also thinking about having a collab album with us, and then having more bigger features like Baker, um, Jay Green, Conron, and etc.
So you've contacted these people for features, or what would you
I
say?
contacted. I actually collabed with Conron,
Shouts out to
but
him, bro. I fuck with him.
yes, he's really good.
I had a
I
song with
fuck
him
with him.
actually.
You do?
Yeah, I produced for him. Yeah.
He's a really good artist. See, I collab. I had like 2 songs with him for one of my albums.
He's done a lot of good shit in the underground. And he's worked with a lot of legends, and
Oh
like, you
yes,
know what I mean. Like he's been doing. He was actually in one of my music groups actually, like way back, like in
way back.
2021, 2 years ago. But as drama happened, everything kind of ended. No shame to him. We're still cool.
Yeah,
But it was just like somebody made a joke, and it was just some drama. You know what I mean? But it's all good. We like everything's cool. Um, but he's a really talented artist, and he's been consistently putting in a lot of effort for a very long
yes,
time.
sir.
So I look forward to hearing more um, songs with you and him. You know what I mean? Shouts out to him
Yes.
and Jay Green
Shout
and
out.
Baker. That's a good solid day. I fuck with Jay Green a lot.
I really do like Jay Green. I've been back in like when I was in 8th grade. I've been listening to his collab with Denzel Curry. That the beat that he made with Denzel Curry
From the South.
from the South. Yeah,
That's a masterpiece, bro. Oh my god.
it is. I've been listening to that, and then Vices and Shoes Up Boys. He collabed with a lot of people. Like he was also from Schema Posse that I saw. Like like Lil Peep and Ghostman.
He's a good eye for talent too.
Oh yeah,
He definitely like we would Semper would not be as big as he is like now touring. He just finished a tour of like multiple countries and shit. Semper would not be as big as he is without joining Schema Posse through Jay Green and working with Jay Green. Like Jay Green knows how
yes,
to find talent and get them like huge. You know what I mean? Like, and he even put on a lot of other artists from Schema before it went defunct again. Like Lil Zave and DJ V Siren and a lot of artists and stuff like that. I think that he was I think he has been a good force in the underground for a while.
that's true. Shout out to DJ V Siren and then Lil Zay, Akatami. That's how you say her name,
Yeah,
Akatami.
I don't know, but
Shout
yeah,
out
but
to
I fuck with
them.
her too. I've been trying to interview her for a minute. Yeah,
Yes. Um, I really do like their style. Even Young Vader. Shout out to him too.
yeah.
Because I've
Freebase,
been
shouts out
seeing
Freebase.
Freebase. Yeah, shout out to Freebase. Shout out, shout out to everyone that fucks with Schema Posse, Freebase. Show some love, because I see them. They've been putting out work hard ever since like 2021, 2020 for years.
They got Lil Tracy opening a show for them, or at a show for one of them too, like Freebase. Lil Tracy's
Off of
gonna be
Freebase.
at one of the shows. Yeah, he's gonna be performing, or they're opening for him. I forget, but he's gonna be at one of the Freebase shows or some shit in LA. Cause I mean they're in the right spot to do that scene. I feel like the two biggest scenes for like this underground shit would be like Florida, Texas,
Mm,
or LA.
I would like to see the one of the Florida shows or the Texas ones, especially
Chicago
from
too.
Texas. Yes. Shout out to Casper from Chicago. Shout out to all my homies from Chicago.
Shout out
Shout out
Casper
Chicago.
and Series and like there's hella people from Chicago really doing it.
Yes. Me and Casper have been actually like we're not related, but we're actually like brothers. We've been making beat tapes for a whole while, for almost 3 to 2 years, and we've been experiencing with different genres like cloud rap and funk, basically. And the way because he's been producing, he's also been making melodies and his own type of samples, and he's very talented. Like he's very good.
Yeah, shouts out to
Like
him for real. We plan on doing an interview soon, but it just hasn't worked out. But I'm still a
yeah,
big fan of him. So yeah, shouts out to him, and I'm glad that you work with him because he's been putting in a lot of work too in the scene.
Yes, sir.
On the subject of different sounds and stuff like that, I did see that with the song "Where You At" or YWA. I don't know if it meant something else, but I know it's probably just "Where You At." You did like kind of a techno funk type of thing. What could you say about that song? When went into making that, and yeah,
The making of Where You At.
yeah,
So this would be a good story. So when I was making, because at the time I released a album called 404 Life, which is an album about the 4 4 stands for like toxicity and like the error in people, how they can become so fake and this and that. That's basically what the whole album is. What made me want to make Where You At is when like I want to make a deluxe version of that album, and I want to make something so like different because I haven't really made techno funk before. This is actually one of my first times making it, and I actually like it.
yeah,
So when I made Where You At, I actually went on to it. Like the mixing wasn't as complicated as I thought it would be. I only had like one layer, or no, 2 layers, and I just tweaked it out. And Where You At was so good because the lyrics were so simple, the vocals, the editing, the beat, especially the beat. The beat
yeah.
is so good. Shout out to Sorrow Bringer for the beat. Um, really, that's also I want to talk about Where You At. It's so funny because that's actually my girlfriend's favorite song. Where You At.
Yeah, like
And
it's a good sound that you were going for with that one. I really appreciated like what you're going for with that. You know what I mean? Like it's a good. Yeah, I fuck with that song for real.
there, I'm actually gonna plan. I'm planning to make more music like that. If I can make more ambient techno funk like that, I'm I'm planning to make more. At least to an EP extent, like a
Yeah,
5 track EP with it.
yeah, that would be dope, bro. I would
That'd be
definitely
dope.
listen to that, bro.
I'm thinking about doing it. Um, after the end of the chapter, I was thinking about releasing a new single, but I might be actually working on the like a new sound and releasing that, and just make a music video for it. For
Yeah.
the
Have you done any music videos in the past that you really liked making, or what would you say about that?
you know, when I actually made a music video not too long ago, it was for the song Autumn, and it was actually for the 4 Life album, and I actually really like it. I like how like I edited the video having like a VHS look. It has like an emo like sound to it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about making more music videos for that album. Where You At will actually be one of the songs I would like to do. And I really am thinking about the topic for the music video, where it could be cars or an AMV or like a audio visual.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. Sometimes people love the AMVs. Sometimes it's like you need to get physical with everything and showcase you to the fullest. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But everyone loves AMVs, bro, for real.
That's what I would like to do. I actually paid someone for AMV for Need a Rest with Winterland for the album actually.
Yeah. There's a big a lot of people be doing AMVs and shit. Um, what producers do you enjoy working with and stuff like that?
What producers I actually do? I love actually working. Actually, the first producer I would like to be working with more, or I love working with, is Casper because he has like the same sound that we both like connect to each other, and like we both have the same like styles for like aesthetic funk and aesthetic like like VHS lo-fi. And my second producer will be Critical Dead Ring, and I love his beats so much. He makes like all Actually, his name is Critical Dead Brain, but his real name is Chester. If you know him by Chester, I'll think about collabing with him more because like his beats are so phenomenal. I actually made a lot of songs with him, and one of my songs that I was popping was Nightmare Killer, The Vision of Death, and World on Fire, which all those songs are out, and those are really good, like banger tracks that I made with Chester.
Shouts out to him though. Yeah, I like to listen to songs that you made with him. You should probably make like a playlist on SoundCloud. You know, since you made so much songs with him.
Yes.
Maybe
Mm.
like people who listen to music will like that. Do you have any announcements for your supporters or listeners before we wrap this interview up?
Um, I would say I would give out some advice. You know, as a kid, I always had people like trying to take me down, either in a good way or either in a bad way. Whether it be people from your personal life, people from online, and my word about that is always keep going, always do what you love, always always thrive what you love because at the end of the day, you will like enjoy what you make, even if it sounds bad for the beginning, you will like enjoy it later because that's what how I started off. I used to sound pretty mediocre, but now since I've been improving, I've been actually sounding a lot more better than I ever did. And that's my advice to my viewers. And I want to say thank you so much. I want to tell them thank you so much for helping me out, hitting 80,000 views before I got taken down my old account.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you for supporting me on TikTok, supporting me on Spotify, supporting on Instagram. I love y'all so much. Y'all helped me through so much. Like for reals, I would have been doing this without y'all.
And link in the
I'm generous.
description to all those streaming services, bro. Thanks for that's an inspirational ass message though, for real. Thanks
Yes,
for
sir.
closing off on a really positive note. You know what I mean? Because like who knows who's watching had a bad day and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I fuck with that, and I fuck with
Yeah,
you, man. Thank you for coming on the show. I
thank
really
you.
plan on checking out some more of your newest music. You got me really hype as hell to see what you got coming with Snake Eyed Records and with Casper. I'm friendly. And shouts out to
Sir.
you, man. Thanks for coming on the
Shout
show,
out.
bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Peace out.